Guys, in this vlog, I want to share some of my journey about some things that I'm trying to do to level up in my personal life. I want to share things about sisterhood. I also want to share things about weight loss. I am going to take you guys along on my weight loss journey. I have had issues with being overweight for quite some time, most of my life. And so I am going to prepare things to go through that journey to become a healthier person. I also like to bake. I love to bake. I like to cook, but I mostly like to bake. And so I want to share some of my journey with that. Being middle-aged, it's so different for a lot of us. Things have changed. I moved to the South some years ago, and I've invested so much time in starting over that I noticed in retrospect that I never really took the time to really even enjoy my life. I really never really go anywhere or anything. And so I want to start making plans to starting enjoying my life. If that means traveling, shopping a little bit more, just sharing my life story to inspire someone to do the same. I am a wife, I'm a mother, and I care for both of my parents. One of them is a little bit more in need of assistance than my other parent. So all of that takes a toll. I also plan on going back to school in the spring. I'm starting my journey in becoming a registered nurse. I currently work in the health field, but I work behind the scenes. And so now I am wanting to pursue my interest in caring for patients. There are so many different facets of nursing. At one point, I just thought that it was just bedside nursing. But through the years, I've discovered there are so many different things that you can do with nursing. It's not just being like in a hospital or working in a nursing home. And so that is something that I'm going to start. I do have some college credits. So when I start, I have to take a couple of classes to qualify me to get into the nursing program. So my first goal is to become a licensed practical nurse. Even my mother, years ago, she was on her journey to become a registered nurse, but she never was able to complete it because she got married and life started, right? So I have taken interest in nursing, but I've had a little fear. I don't know why. As we age, we have these unnecessary fears that we pick up along the way. And I started doing my research, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to go back to school. I'm going to go back to school and pursue this. I've always wanted to complete my degree, but life happened even for me. You know, I had to put my children first, and life happens. You're a wife and a mother, and when you have a family, especially with children, you have to put your children first. Not that I was neglecting myself or anything. Like I say, I enjoy the career that I'm currently in, but I want to have a little more fulfillment in my work journey. So yeah, that's what I want to do with that. So yeah, there are some things that I want to do, like I said, and I want to share my journey with others. When you share your life is like a testimony. We can inspire others to do the same. You know, like I said, 70s kids, if you were born in the 60s, we are middle aged now, and things are changing. And so we need community everywhere we can find it that will build us up. There's so much going on in this world to easily tear you down that I don't want to participate in that. So I want to start utilizing tools and even creating this platform just to inspire. Not that I'm great and wonderful, but it's a good thing to help others. And so I'll be helping myself. So with that being said, on to the vlog. So guys, I just completed a couple of calls that I needed to make for work. I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of my work for the day, and I'll see you guys later on. Growing up for me, in retrospect, I think back like how some of the opportunities that I missed due to low self esteem, not really believing in myself. I've always been a fairly driven person, more driven in my mind. But at this stage of my life, I want to get out and enjoy this world. No regrets, but at this stage in middle life or middle age, you kind of think back and say, hey, you know what? I wish I would have believed in myself a little bit more to take advantage of some opportunities that were given to me. But like I said, you can't regret, what's gone is gone. But in this stage of my life, I really want to focus on really enjoying the things that I like. Like I said, I'm a mother and I care for my parents. My life is so busy, guys, that I really don't get a chance to really do a lot for myself. I do plan on doing some solo trips. Sometimes, guys, when you don't have that group of people in your life that really want to do anything, sometimes you have to do stuff by yourself. And so I am at the point where I just want to see the world. I want to start off doing solo trips. It could be some shopping in a different city than where I live, but just get out and enjoy the world. It's one day at a time, being intentional and loving myself. So that's part of what I want to do on this channel. I also want to take you guys on the journey of weight loss. Like I said earlier, I have struggled with weight all of my life. I was a thick kid, I was a thick teenager, and I was a thick adult. I did have seasons where in my adulthood that I, lost a little weight, but because I was not really taught how to eat healthy, and I didn't really practice that, I want to be intentional as well because I want to be around for a long time. I want to be here as long as I possibly can. I have a grandmother that right now she is 102, 103 years old, still kicking, still in her right mind, still can walk around, and it's awesome to see. And so I want to be able to, pick up that mantle of doing your best to stay around. I want to do the same. And so that's another thing. I have to make sure that I'm intentional. So I'll take you guys on that journey as well. And so I mentioned earlier that I want to become a nurse. I have to take a test. I will be taking you guys along with me when I show up for the test. I have a test to take in a couple of days to qualify me for these nursing classes. And so, I'm going to have to study for that test. And that's going to be exciting because I am going to be embarking on a new career. I am currently in the health field right now. That's my 9 to 5, but I want to have a more fulfilling career in this season of my life. And so I am going to school to be a nurse. I used to feel like I was too old to embark on this, but I'm like, you know what? I've seen so many people over and over and over again at this stage in their life. They are not redoing, but they are preparing themselves and having the courage enough to go back to school, to try new things. That tenacity and that wherewithal we had when we were younger, it's still there, but it just has to be pulled up. So I am excited about this choice that I made. My mother, when she was younger, wanted to be a registered nurse, but she started her family, she had her children, and family comes first. So she chose to not pursue her dreams of becoming a nurse, and I kind of feel like that would be an ode to my mom as well. My sister is currently in patient care as well, so that's going to be I'm going to take you guys along with me on that journey. So guys, I moved to the South with my family. My husband and I came over 10 years ago. We are from the Midwest, and we relocated. We decided to relocate to Texas, and it's been pretty difficult. When you have been raised in an environment of your family, have been really close at Sunday dinners and close to your cousins, and then all of a sudden you find yourself having to relocate, it's been pretty difficult to rebuild. It won't be the same, of course, but just difficult to rebuild nonetheless. And so we were thinking one day, like, how why is it that we really don't do much? We just were grinding to rebuild our lives, and now that we're there, it's like we said, you know what, we need to get out and enjoy life. Life is too short. So, with that being said, part of what I want to do on this channel is just showing adventures or little things as an example of what you all can do. Maybe some of you have experienced what I've experienced. You had a close family, you had a big family, and that community has changed. It's no longer the same. And so trying to find new community that you can identify with could be pretty difficult for some. Hey guys, so I am back. Earlier when I left off, I was at work. I was finishing up work and I'm done with work. So now I'm off and I decided to do a little dashing. For those of you who know, you know, the holidays are coming up and I want to eliminate some debt, and I also want to have a little extra funds for the holidays. So I decided to say, hey, you know what, let me do some dashing. It's been a while. So I'm doing that. And when I'm done doing my dashing, I'll come back. And I also wanted to say that if you know, in this current climate, there's nothing wrong with a side gig. A lot of us already know if you DoorDash or if you Uber Eats, whatever the case may be, if you find that that's needed, then go for it. There's nothing wrong with doing a little side hustle. I plan on going back to school. I'm so excited, guys. I haven't been to college in a while, and so when I get off from dashing, I'm gonna be intentional about studying tonight because I have a test coming up in a couple of days. But and I hope this excitement lasts throughout the program. But anyway, I'm excited just to do something and pick up something that I've been wanting to do for so long. I wanted to wait until my youngest graduated high school so that I can put my all into me, pour into me, and do what all it takes for me to be successful in school. So yeah, that's what I plan on doing. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go for right now, and I'm going to do some dashing, and I'll be right back. Good morning, everyone. It is the next day. I didn't get a chance to study like I wanted to last night because I was super tired after I was finished door dashing. So it is the next day. I have about an hour and a half before I start my 9 to 5, and I'm going to study a little bit. So as you can see, the sun is coming up. I'm going to make myself a nice cup of hot coffee or maybe some tea. Yeah, I'm going to make myself some tea and just study a little bit, go over some of the things that I'm going to have on the test, and then I'm going to get ready for work. Guys, I just wanted to share that if you have brain fog or if you need a little calming when you're going about your day, ashwagandha powder, ashwagandha tea, this is some good stuff. It really helps because sometimes I get anxious when I have certain accounts to work or certain assignments to do. I have a sense of anxiousness, and so I found that ashwagandha really helps you to relax. It's a natural herb, and I bought a container of powder, the powder form, so I can add it to my teas, my drinks. I even add it to my coffee. So try it out. Hello guys, so I am back home from dashing and I am getting tired, but what I'm about to do now is study for my test. I have a test on Saturday to qualify me for the nursing program. It's actually a test to see where I am, I guess, academically, because I haven't gone to school in a while. So I have to take a math test. And then I take 2 courses to qualify me for the LPN program. So I'm going to go ahead and end the vlog right now so I can study, and I will reach out to you guys on tomorrow. Well, good morning, guys. I have made it to the testing center to take this math test, the assessment test, and I'm a little nervous. I didn't study as much as I would like to have studied, but nonetheless, I'm going to go ahead and troop through this process, okay? So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and go in. I'm going to give it all I got. I'm going to recall everything that I've studied and then some. But yeah, I have a little bit of time before the test actually starts. So I'm going to go ahead and go to the library and have a seat and review. And then I'm going to take my test. And I'm so excited. So I'll be back. Well, I am back from the testing center. Listen, y'all, I am so disappointed. I'm not real disappointed, but I'm a tad disappointed because I went a little bit earlier in there to study. I brought some study materials just to, keep myself abreast on the kind of math. And I did pretty good in math in school. Not in every area though, but I did pretty good. And I'm gonna be honest, I did not study as I should have. I didn't take the time. And guys, I applied and made the decision to go to school this summer in July, as a matter of fact. And I have to admit, I've been quite slowful on a lot of things that I should have been taking care of by now. And one of the main things was studying, because I knew this was coming up. So be that as it may, I went up there to, review some things, and there was a requirement that was left for me to do to actually go into this particular testing today. So what happened was, when I did this assignment, I saw how this test was going to go. I had like an overview on what was going to be on this test. And y'all, I was like, I am not prepared. I was not prepared. I was not prepared like I should have been. And so I, unfortunately, guys, because I knew that I wasn't prepared as I should have been, I just opted out. I did not take the test. I didn't take the test. But on the bright side, I am able to reschedule. If I were to take this test and score a low score, I could quite possibly, unless I retest to get a higher score, I could run the risk of having to be required to take college courses, college readiness courses that they do not go towards the degree. I don't get credit for those, and I'm paying money. And I'm like, no, I'm not doing that. So I was like, why run the risk of having to take placement classes, like classes to get me ready for college, when I should have just studied? So I went upstairs where the testing is, and I talked, asked questions. I just have to do my due diligence, because school is not like it used to be. When I went to college, it was back in the late 80s, early 90s. And I was disappointed. I told myself, I need to get on point. I have a lot going on, and I have to put me first. So I got familiar with what's available for me, study tools, every access that is going to help me be successful. And it brought my spirits up, because I'm like, you know what? Now you know what's at stake, what you need to do. And I'm going to go in there and I'm going to ace that test. Watch what I tell you. Watch what I tell you. They have study rooms, because I did go in an area that was quiet. But y'all, why do people sit right next to you when there's umpteen empty seats? I don't understand that. Even in parking, I will park somewhere. Tell me if y'all experience. I will park somewhere and literally somebody will park right next to me. When you got all of these, is that just me? And you see people in the car. It's like, go on about your business. I hate that. Like, leave me be. But anyway, so my mouth is a little dry. But anyway, so they have study rooms with windows, with beautiful scenery. And I was like, okay, this is what I need. So the next time I come up to the school, I'm going to book a room. She said there's not really a lot of requests for those rooms. So that's a good thing. So, but I have to, nonetheless, I have to request them. So I'm going to be intentional with coming up here at least 3 times this week, because I do need I don't really have a quiet space in my house to really study like I want to study without being interrupted, because I want to give it my all. I want to be able to soak in the information without being interrupted. So I'm going to be intentional to come to the school, and I know it's going to be a challenge, but I'm going to be intentional at least to come up here. I'm definitely going to come up here next Saturday, but I'm going to try to come up here at least twice this week to book the room and study. And even if I don't get a room and somebody's in there, it's still fairly quiet in the library. So with that being said, guys, I didn't take the test, and I'm pretty bummed about it, because I wanted to get that over and just kind of move on to the next step. But guys, I am so ready to go to the next phase of my career. I really want to do nursing. I believe that in my age group, I'm in my 50s, and there is a trend of young nurses being burnt out. And I'm not gonna say it's just for young nurses, because I have quite a few family members that are in the medical field, and they are nurses. They work with patients directly. I currently work on the administrative side. And so but I see a trend in, a lot of these nurses getting burnt out. And it's so unfortunate, because a lot of the areas that nurses work in is just, they're not treated fairly, and instead of quitting the game when you put so much effort, because this course, it's not easy breezy. I mean, maybe for some, but most people that I've researched, it's pretty challenging. But when you are successful in something, why give that up? So I'm like, if bedside nursing is not for, if you've gotten burnt out in that area, then I'm not understanding why they don't go to a different field, a different area. Like, say for instance, if they're doing, if they're an ER nurse, maybe go to, work with babies, or work with intensive care. There's a lot of different, or be a psych nurse, which is what I believe that I want to go into at this point. That is my point of interest. My current interest is psych nursing, because I love the mind. I love everything about the brain and the mind and talking and conversation. When I went to college before, my area of study was psychology. And so I love writing and reading and things. And so when the interest of nursing came about, I was like, you know what, I could actually combine the two, because I stated in one of my earlier videos, I'm not sure if I did or not, but I mentioned how at first when I was interested in nursing, I didn't realize that there's so many different facets of nursing, so many different things that you can do with your nursing degree. And so I just kept thinking, bedside nursing, but in a hospital, or either a nursing home. I just never really thought the different areas that you can go in. So my current interest is psych nursing. And so I plan on going to the top as far as education is concerned, because I really want to work with people and help people in that regard. So, but yeah, I just really feel like there is a need for those of us that are in our 30s, 40s, even 50s, and even 60s. Guys, I was doing my research, and there are women and men, but mostly women, because we know that mostly nurses are mostly female, but they're going back to school in their 60s getting their nursing degree. Y'all, that was the kicker for me, because there is for me there, when I was in there and I saw the younger crowd, they weren't too young, but they were clearly younger than me, and there was a slight feeling of intimidation, because y'all, I got on the computer and I was like, oh my God, I can't even remember my student ID. I can't even remember how to, do this or do that. And I was just like, oh my God. And my mind was getting a little frustrated. And I was like, okay, woosah, woosah, you got this. So there is a lot of things that I have to re-familiarize myself as a new student, becoming a student and getting this accomplished. It's going to take some effort on my part. It's going to take organization. It's going to take planning for sure. But nonetheless, it's going to take effort. And that's in anything, right? When you want to be successful in anything, you have to be intentional. But if you are out there and you want to become a nurse, trust and believe, y'all, it is a lot of people, especially in the 50s. That made me feel good. I was like, okay, okay, 50s, come through. It's okay to redirect your career. If you have a desire to start over, or redo your brand, as they say, redo your brand, go back to school. And it's not going to be easy. I know I have a support group, but I know at the end of the day, it's going to be up to me. It's going to be up to me to get this done. And so, but yeah, I am noticing that there are a lot of middle-aged people starting over and going back to school. And guys, that made me feel so good, because I saw a couple of middle-aged folk up in there. I was like, I see you. Actually, when I was in there, before I decided to opt out of testing, I saw there was a gentleman in there studying, and I could tell he was my age, or close to my age, because I saw those gray hairs come through. Okay. And so, yeah, but I just, I'm encouraged to continue. It didn't turn out the way I wanted to today, but nonetheless, it is what it is. So, yeah, I'm just going to move forward. I'm going to study. I have a lot of study tools and references that I can utilize to get familiar with this math, y'all, because this math, oh my gosh, it was like, huh? What? So yeah, so anyway, I don't want to make this video too long. I'm going to go ahead and end the vlog here. I'm gonna go ahead and stop by Dunkin' Donuts and get me a small coffee, just a little treat for myself, and I'm gonna head on home and go ahead with the rest of my day. I have some errands that I need to do later on this evening as well. So yeah, so guys, be encouraged. I'm going to go ahead and let you go. And if you enjoyed the content today, please give me a like and give me a share and make a comment. Are you guys interested in starting your career over again? Are you hesitant about going back to college, if that's your interest, if you're interested in going back to school, are you a little nervous like I am? So, but yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and let you go, and thank you so much for tuning in. Bye.